Resident Evil 4 Randomizer, a mod where everything makes zero sense. Can I beat it without dying and get an S+ rank on my first try? Well, let's find out. The rules are very simple. Permadeath, because why not? And if I die or beat the game with a rank less than S+, I will generate another randomizer seed and try again. Which means two different runs cannot be the same. So without further ado, it's bingo time! It all started as Jill was pulling up to some random ass Spanish village looking for her sister-in-law Claire, who had been kidnapped apparently by one of her tier 1 subs. She didn't really care about Claire, but because Chris low-key threatened to cancel the wedding if she didn't find his sister, she had no choice but to go look for her. So she pulled up with the entire US armory up her butt and started questioning the locals who clearly haven't seen a woman before. One of the residents told her que carajos estás haciendo aquí, lárgate cabrona, but because she didn't know any Spanish, she was like, excuse me, have you seen my little cousin? She's like yay height and she has brown hair, blue eyes, goofy ass necklace. Did you happen to see her by any chance? But before he could answer her, she noticed the bloody ID of that bum ass cop that drove her to the village. And out of nowhere, that guy tried to attack her. And the next thing you know, it was telepathical pencil versus axe. And then she proceeded to telepathically point a gun at this guy's lifeless body. So after escaping the crime scene, she stumbled upon this very beautiful and cozy little village, and she just couldn't wait to meet those villagers and see how cute and adorable they were. Up until she saw that a flying torch was doing this. So apparently this entire village was an active Discord server that discusses how beautiful women are, and you have no idea how badly they reacted when they noticed that she was a woman. They started running at her, leeching onto her, grabbing her and smelling her feet, and some guy even tried to throw a punch for some reason. She tried taking cover in one of the houses, but those mods were relentless. One of them was yelling, "A girl in these parts, you are long way from home, sugar palm." And to put the icing on the cake, some pencil wielding motherfucker was jumping and kicking all over the place. And by some miracle, the mothers of those Discord mods pulled up and started yelling at them. And after that, everybody was kinda cool and chill. Up until their mothers left the basement, that is. Yep, I know. Hey yo! In one of those basements, she found a wiggling body bag, and it was obvious that she just found her missing sister-in-law. But in the body bag, she found some guy. Now why are you tied up in here? What are you, like some sort of femboy or something? And he said that his name was Luis, and actually he's the prettiest guy in all of España. Not wanting to argue with the guy, she was like, yeah sure, whatever. And the next thing you know, the server owner pulled up and everything went downhill from there. And after waking up, she realized that they didn't cuff her properly, so she just walked out. And after taking back the pencils that they stole from her, she stumbled upon a very familiar face. It was none other than her evil bodybuilder twin sister. You know she's evil cause she's wearing sunglasses, and you know she's a bodybuilder cause this is what she sounds like.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
So after sharpening her pencils, it was time to look for that bitch ass sister-in-law. So Jill proceeded to commit home invasion, steal someone's plant, did her elongation workout, and oh my god, it was the server owner again. And this time he was very adamant on getting rid of her. But thankfully, another familiar face came in to the rescue. And as he was leaving, he told Jill that this server only has one queen, which was Queen Mikasa or whatever her name was, and she had absolutely no right of existing, and she should just get out. So that's what she did. And on her way out, she noticed this bomb-ass dog that was trapped. So she helped them, then proceeded to get trapped herself. Please tell me you got a healing item. What the? Nice. Finally, Jill made it to this church where Claire was being held, but unfortunately the door needed some sort of emblem in order to be opened. And next to the church, she found some pictures of Claire, which meant that she's definitely up there. Oh my god, it's the pencil boy! Get off! So after running away from Pencil Boy, Jill got on this boat in hopes to find the emblem in one of the nearby islands. The boat broke, obviously, but at least she got a couple of minutes to relax and enjoy this beautiful lake. I mean, she's in the middle of the lake, so it's not like she's gonna get attacked or something. Oh my god, it's an orca. A couple of stabs later, she put this beautiful creature to sleep, started coughing some blood texture, and then collapsed on the boat. And after waking up, she realized that it was the middle of the night and she needed to find her sister-in-law now. Otherwise, she would be looking for a dead body. Nice. So she found the emblem, but on her way to the church, she got ambushed. By who, you might ask? Oh my god, it was Harambe. And he said that humans are his ops and he will not stop until he get every last one of them. I mean, he had every right, but can you cut a sister some slack? Like, damn, I'm only here to find my sister-in-law. But Harambe did not care. He even got a little bazooka guy with him. He meant business. So unfortunately, Jill had to put an end to Harambe's life because she really needed to get married to fix her credit score. And when she finally made it inside of the church, she started looking around and yelling in hopes to hear Claire yell back. But then some twink guy started attacking her. He said that his name was Leon S. Kennedy and he came to this village with his girlfriend in order to spend their vacation. But he got separated from his girlfriend earlier that day. But since he didn't know what to do, he just curled up in this church in hopes that his girlfriend would find him, cause she always does. She was utterly confused because how a grown-ass man is just sitting here waiting for his girlfriend to pick him up. But she told him that she's gonna help him out and was going to reunite him with his girlfriend. She got curious and she asked him what his girlfriend looked like, but he said that he wasn't supposed to say. Is this twink for real?
Hey, trust me.
And now it was time for Leon and Jill to escape the village and hopefully reunite him with his girlfriend. And even though the entire village wanted nothing but to fiddle with our doodles, with the help of the evil bodybuilder twin sister, we managed to make it all the way to this cabin where the prettiest guy in all of España invited us in. Jill was furious with Luis and she demanded that he tells her the real reason for him being there, cause she was not buying that prettiest guy in all of España bullshit. Not knowing what to say, Luis proceeded to ask her who's that twink that she was with, but Leon stood his ground and told him to shut his beach ass up and answer her question. But Luis said that there was no time to answer questions since the Discord mods are closing in on them and they needed to fend them off. Jill agreed, so they hid Leon behind some shelf and prepared to defend the cabin for as long as possible. And just before the Discord mods overwhelmed them, Leon came with the clutch and they managed to escape from the cabin. Leon then proceeded to cough blood texture, which Luis recognized and said that Leon was suffering from the twink disease. Not trusting this guy, Jill called bullshit, but Luis said that he knows that for a fact because he used to suffer from the twink disease. Jill jokingly asked, is this the reason you call yourself the prettiest boy in all of España? But Luis, being the dodgy fucker that he is, he told her that she needs to worry about her own twink before worrying about other people's. So now the mission was to find the sister-in-law and untwink Leon. Not an easy mission, but anything for that credit score, baby. And later that day, Jill and Leon finally made it to the castle where Luis told them that he would meet them in order to give Leon some sort of vaccine that would slow down his twinkification. But when they went inside, they were caught off guard by this 5'11" guy that swears on God that he's 6 foot. Not knowing what to say to this guy, she told him that height doesn't matter and he only needed to have a kind heart and a good personality. To which he responded, "Bitch, you think I'm stupid?" Then proceeded to send them to the dungeons. Oh my god, it's one of them pencil boys. I just sharpened my pencil. Oh. Okay. And after finally escaping Pencil Boy for like the 10th time or something, out of nowhere, Leon started tweaking, then took Jill's pencil and threatened to pencil himself. He said that it's been too long since the last time he'd seen his girlfriend and he can't take it anymore. Jill realized that even though Leon is a twink, he is still a man. And when men get horny, they usually start throwing tantrums like this. So she just let him run away and she was planning to meet him again after his post-nut clarity. But time was of the essence and she needed to find him and her sister-in-law before it was too late. Nice. However, instead of finding either of them, she ended up finding her properly animated twin sister. And you know she's properly animated because she's properly animated. Jill then asked her what she was doing there and she said that she was separated from her boyfriend and she was looking for him. Jill then said, "That twink is your boyfriend?" Then her properly animated twin sister got angry and said that nobody gets to call him that and he was her angel and she loves him so much, and told Jill that as a sister she should be helping her finding him. And for some reason Jill told her that she haven't seen him. The properly animated twin sister was heartbroken, and as she was leaving she told Jill that if she sees him to please let her know. What the? Hey yo! Yep, that's what I like to see. A couple of minutes later, Jill found Leon all alone crying and saying that he will never see his girlfriend again. Jill then sat next to him and told him that life has so much more than his day and he needed to man up and fight for his girl. Deep down, Leon agreed. He can't just curl up in the corner and start crying like a baby whenever he faces a problem. So he looked at Jill and told her that he was ready to find his girl. And then Louise called Jill on her BlackBerry and told her that he found the vaccine and they needed to meet him at the mines. So their next objective was to reach the mines. Excuse me? However, on their way there, Jill got ambushed and it was up to Leon to save the day. And despite being a twink and all that, Leon was the man. He was flashing people, breaking their ankles, and easily saved Jill up until he got kidnapped again. But luckily, his girlfriend just happened to see him get kidnapped, which means Jill can now focus on finding Claire. However, out of nowhere, some Asian lady called Jill asking about a 5'10" blonde guy named Leon S. Kennedy. Jill said that he was her sister's boyfriend, to which the Asian lady responded by saying that Leona is the love of her life and she will not let anyone stand between her and him. And if Jill values her life, she should bring him to her immediately. Jill was dumbfounded. She got two women fighting over some twink guy where she's stuck here doing the errands of her husband and saving his bitch ass sister. And not wanting to be in the middle of whatever this is, she just told her that she would bring him to her. Damn, that's crazy. So, for now, it was time to start looking for Claire again. She did find Leon along the way as they were pouring some liquid down his shirt, but unfortunately, she couldn't save him this time because they just threw her into the sewers. Was bro talking while dead? Brother, that is so OOC, you're gonna get fired. Now this area was definitely creepy. There were a bunch of pencil boys, fire that turned into plants, and some dead guy smoking his mixed herbs. It was crazy. And not just that, when she finally made it out, she found this schizophrenic guy, this tentacle guy, and this Yoshimitsu looking motherfucker. And just when she thought it was over, she heard the ugliest singing voice known to man. Por tu cara si que ¿Quieres 3000 litros de chocolate? It was so ugly she dropped to her knees, and lo and behold, it was Luis's voice. He got the vaccine, which was good, but we ain't got Leona, so we need to find him. But on their way out, some troll got in the way, and oh my god, it was Harambe again. But luckily, Jill used her super pencil to get rid of Harambe, then blew the other guy up and did the same. Luis then said that he knows a shortcut that leads straight back to the castle, but it did not end well. And then out of the sudden, as we were making our way up, Luis just got penciled. And of course it was the pencil boy. He said that he was tired from running around after Jill and he wants to go pencil for pencil right here, right now. And it went exactly as you expected.
Are you being controlled by that toy? This has nothing to do with them. I'm afraid.
And as Luis was dying, he confessed that the real reason for him being there was the fact that he came to meet a femboy, but he was catfished by those mods. And even though he did the untwinkification surgery, deep down he was still a twink. And there was a high chance that when Leona does it, he would still be a twink. Jill laughed for a bit, then said, "How could you fall for this scam? There is no femboy that would meet you in some random village in the middle of nowhere." Luis then smiled and said, "Yeah, that was my fault. I fucked up." And as he was taking his last breath, Jill promised that Pencil Boy was gonna pay for what he did to him. So now it was time to save Leona, rescue Claire, and avenge Luis. Slam dunk, baby! Woo! Pencil Boy was taking Leona somewhere with his boat, so Jill needed a boat of her own to follow them. But she was not the only one after Pencil Boy. Her properly animated sister started yapping about her and Leona and how she's gonna wreck his shit when she get back home. Jill was so uncomfortable she got elongated. Then she told her that there was some Asian lady that was blowing up her phone saying that she loves Leona and all that shit. Her properly animated twin sister said that she knows that lady and her name is Ada Wong and she's just some bum, worthless, born for nothing ass bitch that thinks that she got a chance with Leona. Jill didn't want anything to do with these three weirdos, so she just sat there in silence. And as her sister was leaving, she told her that she's gonna take care of Ada and Jill needed to find her beloved Leona. Jill have grown to like Leona, so she didn't mind. So after pulling up to the island, it was time to pick up the trail of Pencil Boy and Leona. The island was filled to the brim with cow men and tentacle boys, lobotomized knights and angry grandmas, pencil boy goons and some blind guy for some reason. And then she found Leona tied up in some bed. So she ran as fast as she could, had some epic duels with Chainsaw Grandma, more sick pencil fights with the goons, ran up to Leona to give him the vaccine, then she waited until he wakes up. A couple of minutes later, Leona woke up and Jill told him that she found his girlfriend and she's gonna take him to her. Leona expressed how thankful he is and it was time for the dream team to get the hell out of this place. Leon, don't you think you're too heavy to be doing that? Look, you broke her back, man. This is too funny, I can't. Okay, let's go. And if her sister wasn't enough, Leona started talking about his relationship with her and how she's sweet, passionate and loving and all that. These people are all over each other like god damn. And then some random motherfucker pulled up and kidnapped Leona for some reason. And there was a picture of Leona when he was a cop for some reason. This island is weird, man. And oh, who could it be? It's Pencil Boy again. Jill told him that she was sick and tired of his bitch ass and she's gonna end this bullshit right here, right now. If not for her, it would be for the prettiest boy in all of España who died needlessly with no reason. And she told him that she's gonna de-pencil him whether he liked it or not. It was pencil for pencil and the loser get de-penciled. Minds were blowing up all over the place. A bunch of Naruto motherfuckers pulled up and Pencil Boy, being the cheat that he is, he grew a sword for a pencil. But that did not change a single thing. Jill penciled him away until he fell to the ground and then put the final pencil in the coffin and Pencil Boy had been officially de-penciled. Looking at his de-penciled body, she couldn't take Luis out of her mind. Even though he was a dodgy fucker, he was still the prettiest boy in all of España. So with that taken care of, it was time to save Leona and that bitch-ass sister-in-law. I have no idea what that was. Leona was finally found, but that weirdo that kidnapped him was there as well. He said that Leona was the key to saving this server and he will not let anyone stand in the way. And no matter how hard Jill tried to help, she couldn't do anything because this guy smelled so bad he got her paralyzed. And then out of nowhere, it was the properly animated twin sister, and she told him to get his filthy hands off of her boyfriend and then emptied her entire magazine on his bald ass. Meanwhile, Jill carried Leona to safety and then all the way to Luis's secret lab where she started the untwinkification surgery. And as Leona was being untwinked, Jill was so tired that she just collapsed. But after she regained consciousness, Leon hugged her and thanked her for everything. Jill looked at him and said, "You still look like a twink though." And Leon replied, "Yeah, it didn't work, but thanks though." Jill then proceeded to tell him that it was okay that he was a twink and he could still be a masculine man and a twink at the same time. Leon thought what Jill had just said was absolute hog shit, but because she seemed sincere, he pretended to agree with her. So Jill said her final goodbyes to her evil bodybuilder twin sister and thanked her for everything, ganged up with her properly animated twin sister and defeated the OG Discord mod, took Leon's hand and got him out of that island. And as for her sister-in-law, she just gonna ask her properly animated sister for a loan, so she didn't need to fix her credit score anymore. So, did I actually complete this challenge, or the entire purpose of this video is to share this sick storyline that I came up with when I was in the shower? Well, I guess you'll never know.